Hi there, this is Calum Spirit. Welcome to this tutorial for getting the Aurora Toolset to work on Mac OS X via a Steam install using Wine. First, we're going to install Neverwinter Nights through Steam. For this example, I'm assuming you've already got Steam installed on your machine, so I'm just doing a quick search for the Steam application here and activating that. Once Steam was opened, you'll just need to search in the store for Neverwinter Nights. Find the enhanced edition, purchase it if you haven't already. I've already bought this, so it will appear in my library. There it is. And then once you've found it, click install from your library. Leave all these settings as they are so that it installs into the right place. Agree to the terms and conditions. Just make sure that it's installed in there, which it appears to be, so I'll pause the video for now and then I'll start again in a second once it's installed. Now that Steam has installed Neverwinter Nights on my machine, I'm going to check that the program is actually running properly by launching the game, and then I'll show you where you can find the launchers themselves for the Windows version that we're going to be running of the Neverwinter Toolset. From your Steam library, click on Play to launch Neverwinter Nights. You'll get your beamed up splash screen, the starting screens. You should be able to click through these. Launch a game. Don't have one I can load because it's a new install, so I'll have to click a new one. So I'll quickly rush through this. I'll just start a normal campaign. I'll select a pre-made character for now. Who do I like? Maybe a paladin. Or a fighter. Yeah, male fighter, that'll do. Loading screens come on. And there we go, nothing unusual here. Neverwinter Nights running as per normal. As you'd expect, because this is just the Mac installation, right? But it's just good to check that it has actually installed, that it's running properly before you start doing any of the technical bits we're about to do to get the Aurora Toolset working. So it's good to know that this is all running, the dialogue's running. I'm not quite sure why I really bothered having this entire conversation at the time, but there we go. End the dialogue. Save the game if you want to. Just to make sure it's all saving properly. Excuse me. Save the character. It all seems to be working fine, so I'm going to exit out. Close Steam. And then in the actual Finder, go to Go and hold down Alt, which brings up your library. See there? If I hold Alt, library appears. Within your library, you need to go to Application Support. Scroll down until you find Steam. In Steam, you need to go to Steam Apps and then into the Common folder. In there you'll find the Neverwinter Nights. And then within the Neverwinter Nights folder, go to the Bin folder. And in there, you see you've got this Win32. These are actually the Windows game launchers that also install onto your Mac when you install the Steam version. So this Neverwinter Nights Toolset, NW Toolset.exe, is actually the launcher for the toolset. So I double click that. So it's running an exe. What do you want to do with it? Oh, okay, so I've got this other software installed that sometimes runs exes that I don't want to run this with. So I'm going to right click instead and say open with. And what's going to happen is we're going to install Wine. And in there, that Wine will appear as an option that we can run that with. Before we can install Wine, we'll need to install a piece of software called XQuartz. This is required to run Wine. In your web browser, head over to the Wine HQ. The website link will be in the description below. Here you can see, when you read through, that there are some prerequisites. The one that you'll need is XQuartz. I've already got this linked here, so I did a search for XQuartz, but I'll also put this link in the description below. Click to download the DMG file. Shouldn't take too long. Click open to run it. And this will install XQuartz onto your machine. In fact, actually what it will do is install the disk image, and then you need to double click on the package file within that to install the program. But I'm sure you've done this before if you're a Mac user. Fairly standard stuff here. As you can see, I've got the new dark theme of the latest OSX activated as well, if you're wondering why OSX looks a bit dark rather than light. I like it. You need to put your password in to allow it to be installed. So make sure you've got admin privileges on your Mac. And I'll pause the video again here because this is going to take a little while. Okay, so that installed fine. Click close, move the temporary files to the trash, and then what you're going to need to do, which I can't do because I'm recording, is to log out and back in again. So just make sure that you do that before you move on to the next stage by logging out over here and then logging back in as you normally would. Okay, so now let's get Wine installed. Head back over to the Wine HQ website in your web browser. Remember, the link will be in the description below if you need that again. Have a little read of all the information just to give yourself an idea of what you're actually doing here. But the link that you need to install this is actually the one at the top here. So just click on that when you're ready. I was just double checking at the time when I was recording this that that was the right link. It is. And then once you get into there, you want to check this Wine stable version, because we don't want the development one or the staging version. We want the stable version that runs well. So just let that download. So just open the package, just closing the web browser here to get the installer a bit better. Click continue. Click on the 64-bit support, click continue. Leave the location as it is, install. Remember you'll need your admin password to install it. It's quite a quick installation, this one. And then what you'll want to do, once you've moved the temporary files to the trash, is rather than logging out this time, I actually restarted, which does effectively log you out and back in again anyway. So restart. Okay, getting to the exciting bits now. We're going to start Aurora Toolset for the first time. So if you remember earlier, we went to the library by holding down the Alt button from the Go menu and went into the application support within the library, Steam apps, common folder, Neverwinter Nights, bin, and then Win32 for the Windows files. And if you remember, it was that NW Toolset. Right click, and now we have this option to run using Wine Stable. Now Wine's going to come up with a few things that it's going to need to ask for here. So there are a few prerequisites that Wine's going to have, and resources that it needs that I don't have installed currently on this Mac. So I'm going to pause the video until it gets to that, and then I'll show you in a sec. Just leave that Wine installer running in the background until it comes up with the following screen. Okay, so here we have this screen. Wine could not find Wine Mono package, which is needed for .NET applications to work correctly. Wine can automatically download and install it for you. I just clicked install to allow it to do this. It does say that you should probably find later versions of it yourself on the web, which is their recommended, but I didn't worry about that. I just let Wine install it. So I would go about doing it that way. Then it says about this Gecko package, same thing again, you should search for a later version. I just let it install the version that it found itself. Carries on installing. And I think I'm going to have to pause the video again here until it actually runs. So here we are. This is the magic moment where the Aurora Toolset runs from Wine or through Wine on my Mac. Other methods I've tried on the Mac to get the toolset to run have failed at this point. So, but this method works. So just click OK on this error, and lo and behold, the toolset actually opened up. So there we go. It's opened in quite a small window, but we can fix that in a minute. So let's just create a new module to test if this is working. Click next. I'm just going to leave it named module 000. Create a quick area. I'll just go for a Barrow's interior for now. That's fine, just leave it all as it is. Finish. Click next. Let's open this window up a bit so we can see how this is working. And the blank area seems to have appeared. Let's go into the editing tools, make some barrows. This all seems to be working nice, just as it does on the PC. Perfect. Can rotate round, get it in 3D. looks a little jerky on the video, but it actually felt a lot better at the time than what it's looking on the video. That's probably because I'm recording at the same time. So I'm just going to save. Let's call this test module 001. Oh, I haven't put a starting position down, so it's telling me off because there's nowhere for a player to start. Let's just pop a little, oops, choose the wrong option there, pick a little starting point there. And then I'm going to exit out and save, and I'll start up the toolset again in the next part. Before we run the toolset again, I'm going to make sure that it starts automatically in Wine by changing the default program, and also I'm going to create a desktop icon for it to run from. We'll also test a module and make sure that everything's working properly. So locate the actual exe Windows file and go to Get Information, and under Open With, change the default to Wine Stable if it isn't already, and then close that window. That should make that automatically start now using Wine rather than asking you when you try to open it or opening the wrong thing. So the next thing that we want to do is make an actual icon on the desktop for this to start from, which we can do by creating what's called an alias. I haven't done this for a little while, so I'm just taking a moment to find where it is. Oh, look, it's right above where I was, so there we go. Let's grab that little alias, and you can literally just drag that onto the desktop. Close that window. You can call this whatever you like, so you can rename it. It won't affect the way it runs. It's just effectively a little shortcut, like the shortcuts you have on Windows. It just opens that exe when you double click on it. I'll test that out now. Double click. I remember when I was recording this, I wasn't sure whether it had actually started or not, so be patient, it does take a moment. Just checking that Wine was actually still running, which it was. Oh, and there we go, our little error, couldn't find the registry keys popped up. Press OK. Oh, and that's nice, it's actually remembered the size of the window that we had it running in before. It hasn't come up in a tiny window. Let's just see if our area is still in there that we made earlier. Yep, it is. So that obviously all saved nicely, which is good. You got all your different terrain editing options in here. That's all working. Quite sure why I can't connect that back up, but I'm sure that's probably just a little glitch or misunderstanding on my part. Let's do a save there using a shortcut, Control and S because you're in Windows. And then let's test the module, see if it works. So I just went up to the menu item for testing the module there, which I'm sure if you've used the PC version before you'll be familiar with. Closes the toolset down and launches the... Now, something went a little bit wrong here again while I was recording. I think this was a glitch because I appeared to end up with a little character in the middle of nowhere, which wasn't very useful. It did slightly worry me when I was recording because I had already tried this on another Mac where it worked absolutely fine, and I was trying to redo it while I was recording this video. So just tried a few options to make sure it wasn't the game, but then I realised that maybe it was just a glitch when it was saved or something. So popped back to the toolset, did a couple of checks, just made sure the area was okay, verified the area, which came out okay. I didn't get any errors for that. So I just redid this bit here a bit. Just changed a few things around and then saved it again and tried again. In the hope that it was a glitch, and yeah, it was. It did work okay after this. So just testing the module again. And there we go. There's our little area map that we just made, and our person running around in it. So it works. I haven't fully tested this yet, guys, so you know, feel free to tell me that this is broken or that's broken. I can't fix any of it. I've literally just made this run on my Mac. I'll be testing it myself over the next few months, so we'll see how it goes. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoy editing using your Mac. Okay, just to finish up here, I'm going to show you where your modules and your hack files and your override files actually save to on your Mac, or where you need to put them on your Mac if you want to use them within the toolset. So all your files are actually in your home folder. So if you locate that by going to the Go menu, click Home, and then you want to find your, no, it's not in your Applications folder, it's in your Documents folder. I'll catch up with myself in a minute. Documents. There we go. And then within there you'll find a Neverwinter Nights folder. Click on that, and in there you'll find you've got all your files that you would normally use on a PC. So your modules, like the one we just saved, there it is, and there's the backup for it. So that's the one we've literally just tested. And you've also got your other folders, like where you put your hack files if you're using those, and your override folder if you're testing stuff. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and just let me know if this is of use to you. Like and subscribe, and perhaps I'll make some more videos on creating stuff to get into Neverwinter Nights, which is one of the things I like doing. And yeah, see you next time.